Hey guys, I'm going to go over Euro USD in a little bit, but first we're going to start off with ES futures and DJ futures. I'm going to try to keep it as brief as possible as usual. Let's start off with the ES. I'm on a 2 hour chart right now. What you can clearly see is an ascending triangle where we're going up higher with higher lows, but there is a clear horizontal resistance. At this point, that resistance is clearly about 63.33. We tagged it about a Thursday or two ago, 2 Thursdays ago. Again, last Thursday, we started working on it last past Monday, and then we finally pushed through this past Thursday. At one point, we undercut it, and then now we're trying to get back above it. I'll get into a 15-minute chart in a few minutes, but my guess just off this chart right here is that we likely, if we can hold this low, that we start making our way up continuous new highs. Let's go down a 15-minute chart and see how we could have played it on Friday, as well as if I can show you any other setups meanwhile. So the first thing that I'm looking at would probably be right here. You can see at around Wednesday 3:45, we try to get above 63.39-ish, sorry, 63.09-ish, and we sold. We flagged the rest of the night diagonal selling, you can see before we broke out of that flag, retested that area a couple times, and then we finally pushed through 8:45 to trigger it. We sold a little bit of a drawdown, and then we started pushing up. So this is what I would call a classic reclaim, and you can see that reclaim attempt started earlier in the week on Tuesday. A couple tries to get it, sell back down. Eventually, a lot of times I have noticed price will usually go back to something like this. If and when it wants to, it'll be a reclaim setup for sure. Even right here, actually, you can see as well, we bounced off this level, dip and recovered it once, and then it failed. We sold from there. So what does that mean? Usually you get a back test, obviously from the bottom here. Then we sold again hard from there. Most likely to me, that means it should get back up there at some point. It did. We kind of flagged from there, and then we broke out of that area. So it just kind of shows you how price action often works. A level provides a couple bounces, and then it sells from that area. It comes back to test it. If it's not successful, it'll sell maybe hard, maybe a little bit. It'll come back to that level, and then eventually it'll try to break through. Moving back to Friday's action, we were at the high of the all-time high, pretty much actually, obviously, on Thursday night. So at that point, what do I need? I need a pullback. I want some flagging. I want some sideways control selling. That is indeed what we got. And then Friday late morning, we got what I call a dip and recovery of 63.33. It only worked for one level move, but I'll show you what I mean. So we lost the level at 10:15. We tried to just do a dip and recovery a little bit at 10:30. We flushed it again, and then we set up a proper flush here at 11 o'clock, and then started pulling back up at 11:30. So what I would do is I'd go long on the dip and recovery here after noticing the pattern with a stop loss below. That worked level to level. If you missed that, then we were provided with a failed breakdown that was very, very slow. We flushed the afternoon low of about 63.28. We had another low about 63.26 from Thursday afternoon. So you could use both of those lows and go long, maybe 3 points, 4 points above them. So if 63.28 was this low about, so 63.31 ish could have been your long. The thing with this is right here, like 63.33 was right above. So ideally, I'd probably just want to wait for this level to clear. And you can see it was a clear resistance here. So long story short, at the end of the session, we did pop above it and we're trying to hold it. So the immediate setups I'm looking at for ES is we are potentially triggering this long of around 63.33, maybe even a little higher now, maybe about 63.36-ish. So this zone will need to clear for a further upside. And if we decide to sell, we do have a simple low set right here, another one right here, and then a cluster of them down here. So if we can sell a little bit, those are the immediate pullbacks I'm looking for. Anything more than that, we have this set of lows here, and then a monster low set up from last Wednesday, which I would love, love, love to catch on a failed breakdown. So that's ES for you right now, hyper bullish. Let's go to DJ, which is also hyper bullish. And we had a very similar setup on DJ as well. We finished at the highs on Thursday. We said actually had more of a high on Friday overnight, and then we just sold directly down. We set up a mini failed breakdown in the afternoon. We set a low here. There was another low from Thursday here. We ducked under it, and just like ES, very slow, very mundane, and eventually we got a pop. So over here, I did decide to go long because DJ does move a little slower. So even if I might catch a little less points, it's a little less volatile, generally speaking. So when I saw this low was here, 46, I decided to go long around 49 because my opinion was not only should we be able to push to this level, I think we'll get back for a test up here. And we indeed did around 345. So I closed most of that position. Let's go to like a 2-hour chart real quick on DJ. Just want to show you why this line right here was initially a minor level, but as the day progressed, I noticed it was becoming a resistance. So to me, it was starting to become a more important level. And you can see this general zone has been very important since July started. We pushed into that zone before pushing up. We did recover that zone a couple times, set up a nice failed breakdown from there, another bounce here before selling below it, pushed right back above it, sold from there, came back, pushed through, and then again there, and now we're right back where we started. So this area in general is very important. If we don't hold these lows, we should definitely come down a lot more, and I'll be looking for a failed breakdown below. So that's DJ and ES for now. Be back with some levels for Euro USD. Have a great day.